Apple sells more watches than the entire Swiss watch market. Apple 30 plus million in 2019. Swiss watches 20 plus million. Excuse me. Do you know why we pulled you over today? Do you know why? Exactly. It's because you're not subscribed to the channel. So you either fix that right now, or we're gonna have to take you in. This is Apple Watch. The Apple Watch is very interesting of a category because it does enrich your life. It does make a lot of things easier, and I would say that without my Apple Watch now, like before, like I never was wearing any watch before, right? And since the Apple Watch came out, I've been wearing watches every single day. That doesn't mean that this is my first smartwatch, by the way, mind you. I have been wearing smartwatches for as long as they came out. My first smartwatch was the Sony something. Trying to remember the name. And anyways, it was a it was a Sony smartwatch, and it didn't have Android. It could be connected to my Android phone, which was an Xperia Play back then. And I had another Xperia later, but that was the only Sony phones that I had. The Xperia Play was it the Xperia Play? Yeah, it was the Xperia Play. Anyways, it was in combination with an Android phone, but there was no version of Android on the smartwatch. That was my first smartwatch, and then I later had a Note 3 or Note 2, Samsung Galaxy Note, with a Samsung Galaxy Watch, but it was the Wear OS watch or Android Wear, or I don't know what it was called back then. Like that name has changed every single freaking time. But it was a version of Android, and then combined with an Android phone, and that was a decent experience. I'm not gonna lie with you. I wanted the Motorola one, the one that was made with Google, but that never came out in the Netherlands. I wasn't wearing that daily because it didn't add anything to my experience. Yes, notifications, but it was complete and utter bullshit otherwise. Now the Apple Watch, is something that I wear daily and also every night, because it tracks my sleep, it tracks my heart rate, it keeps my my health details updated, and everything is centered around this watch. All my health information, apart from obviously my weight and the water, is all centered in this watch. How much I sleep, how much I walk, how much I'm active, stand, how my breathing is going. For the extent that a watch can change your life, it did change my life in that perspective. Anyways, I'm not the only one. Apparently, there are a lot of teens, United States teens, that are saying that or are opting for the Apple Watch. Apparently, among upper income United States teens. I don't know. I see, like, in the Netherlands, the Apple Watch is not something that has much to do with the class, right? Because you can get an Apple Watch here for 200 euros now. Is it the Apple Watch 3 or the SE? It's very cheap. So I'm not sure. But maybe this article is specifically about the upper class teens, and it unseated Rolex, which is interesting to me. To like, this is something that I feel like already happened a few years ago when Tim Cook went on stage and said that they were bigger than Rolex, and yeah, this is just something that I'm just like, the Swiss market for the Swiss watch market is the Swiss watch market is obviously a very impressive market, but I am just curious, right? I'm just curious if any one of you know how much that market is capping at. Let me give you a hint. It's a few billion, some billion, and how much the Apple Watch of a market has. So not the smartwatch market, just the Apple Watch, the isolated watch brand, right? If you guys can guess anything, let me know, because I'm just really curious about that. I'm just so curious about it. What do you guys think about it? And Rolex, what? Yeah. You tweeted about this, CACW. Fam, now everyone is going to watch. Now everyone is going to go to my Twitter, fam. Thanks a lot, access denied. Thanks a lot. Oh, here we go. Finally. Couldn't find it. So, I tweeted out, so I see that a lot of people are concerned, right? Concerned about Apple and what and what happened to the Apple Watch Series 7. So there's this whole thing that went down with the Series 7. We hear rumors about problems in design and whatever. That's very important. But Apple sells more watches than the entire Swiss watch market. Apple 30 plus million in 2019. Swiss watches 20 plus million in 2019. And here you go. So what the Swiss watches seem more expensive, you might ask. True. But this is the market. Apple last year, 30 plus flippin' $billion in sales. And we're just talking about the Apple Watch, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know what to tell you. Anyways, Swiss watches around 15 million plus billion. So the Apple Watch is twice as big as the entire as the entire Swiss watch market, which is absolutely insane. It is absolutely insane. And I just don't know. I just don't know what at all, like how this is possible, right? Because the watch market was something that is so big, and so many people are talking about like the Swiss market and how insane these watches are, and they are, right? It's craftsmanship, it's art, but apparently the Apple Watch has broken that entire like window or universe, at least for like the general population, right? Start to see the scope yet? Maybe this one helps. Apple has 33% of the entire smartwatch market in their hands. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm just saying, this is mental. Doesn't seem like much. The next competitor has 8%. Fam, that is absolutely insane. I don't know what to tell you. That is absolutely insane. Some company called Samsung, they do something with computers too. So why are people going wild about Series 7? The Series 6 was out of stock in some places, and many people were running out of flagship Apple Watches to sell, and the release date wasn't clear in, on the 1st of October. So I was saying, is Apple in trouble? No, but they could have a decent setback if they don't refill stock or release the Series 7 soon, which is obviously something that I think is still true. They should include the Apple Watch in the upgrade program. I don't know if they should include it. Maybe they should have a separate upgrade program. We don't have that here in the Netherlands. So, I mean, you're the American here, Katrina. I don't know if I was supposed to say your real name, son. Anyways, why is Apple's share so big? I might be cancelled now. I might be dying in a few seconds if she busts open that door there. Some people will tell you because of iPhone, right? Every single person in this entire universe that is against Apple will constantly bring up the same argument. But the iPhone is a free ticket for Apple to sell anything, right? So while they're not lying, it's also just a competition being utter idiots. Idiots. Remember that company I mentioned? Samsung. They don't just do something with computers. They only act that way. They are massive. Anyways, Samsung and others released smartwatches before Apple did. Yet mostly with different OSs, operating systems, than the actual flagship phones. not Wear OS or Android Wear or Android smartwatch or Android Watch or whatever the flip it's called, on Android, based on Android, but Tizen OS. Result? Hopeless. How about Sony? They used Micrium. LOL. I didn't even know what Micrium is. I had to Google that. Google tried with Motorola, which was decent. It actually was decent. I'm not gonna lie. That was a decent experience. Yet Google is Google. They never release something worldwide anymore. That means developers didn't care enough, so it didn't take off. Now, these melodramatic tales about Apple being the bully and the iPhone a free ticket are a bit silly. Actually, they gave the competition basically gave Apple the market. They give it to them. They just flip and give it to them. They don't care. They didn't care at all. They just were like, oh yeah, we have a smartwatch. Oh fuck it. Oh. I don't know why I'm adding these sound effects, but I just find it interesting that this is at all possible in this world. Still, to this day, there is no competitor that has stepped in with control over a software and hardware to even get close to the experience people have on Apple Watch. I know a lot of people are saying that Samsung now has that new Galaxy Gear watch that I don't have. I don't know why I'm doing this. But they went back to Wear OS, and which is based on Android, and their phones are also based on Android, with a little UI thing from Samsung, and that seemed to work better. But I still see some complaints on the internet. Anyways, it's just amazing to me that it took them so long to figure out that you can't just have two separate OSs working together and ask for the same level of integration of two of the same OSs, right? WatchOS and iOS are based on the exact same thing. And expect the same results, expect the same balance, expect the same experience, the same level of convenience, and obviously software and hardware integration. Didn't work that way. It's let me say, what was it? Yeah, still to this day, there's no competitor with control over software and hardware to even get close to the experience that people have on the Apple Watch. That's why their products took off. Well, take off. Still, probably the next product that Apple comes with, like the Apple glasses, are going to be built on software that is also based on iOS, so it works together, right? You understand? Very interesting. It's very good. It's balanced and optimized. Developers care. Maybe not about Apple, but about making money. Big, milky, green stacks of dough. Cold hard cash. And today, to make big, milky, green stacks of dough, or cold hard cash, or maybe the same, you do that through the App Store in the smartwatch market, also in the smartphone market, but the smartwatch market is something that we are specifically zooming into here today. Not just because Apple is too big, but because the competition, even with years of advantage, aren't even worth the breath it takes to say their names in this market. That's why people are now going wild about Apple and their Watch Series 7, because without Apple Watch, there is no smartwatch market, not big enough to take seriously. Anyways, so that was my poem right here to Tim Cook. Tim, if you're listening, got you back. I don't know why I said that. Anyways, this is very interesting, and we didn't even go through here. Like the survey also showed that 30% of teens use a fitness app when working out, and 50% of these are users of an Apple app. The teen smartwatch ownership has climbed from 30% in fall of 2020 to 35% in fall of 2021. 30% of teens now own an Apple Watch, and an increase of 5% from the last year. Holy flippin' shit. The Swiss market for the Swiss watch market is the Swiss market. My whole brain is signing off. The Swiss watch market